Hello everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Samira Sani and I'm a master's student in Norway. So today I'll be sharing with you the best ways to search for schools abroad. When it comes to studying abroad, there are so many reasons people do so. It could be to get promotion at work, it could be to further your education, get better job, or it could be to go into academia. There are so many different reasons, but the issue has to do with how people acquire information, how they use information, how they are able to manage the information they get and all that. So I'm here to make your life easy. So on this channel, we'll focus on the processes and the tricks on how to apply to schools, all the information you will need. You don't need an agent. You don't need to pay people to do this for you. These are practical information that would help you do everything yourself. Number one on my list is to know your interests. When I say know your interest, it means you have to know what you want to do. You don't just pick any course abroad and decide, oh, let me just apply to this course because I want to relocate. It should be something you are interested in. If you are not interested in, you go there and you will regret even going in the first place, because studying is not an easy job. You have to put in the effort wherever you are. So it is always good to search for schools you are interested in. So you need to know yourself. Just know the kind of things you would like to do, even if you are not paid to do them. On that note, you have to also look at your background. Let's say you are into nursing. You would like to find courses in maybe public health and all that will help you build upon your skills or build on that knowledge you already have. Or maybe you are in the engineering field, you want to further into the engineering sector. You should put all these into consideration when you are looking for school or when you want to travel abroad to study. So the second on my list is the country you want to go to. I believe this is important because it will help you know which country to go to. For instance, when you go to Canada, getting PR after school is much easier than when you are in Norway or when you are in a different country. If you choose UK, for instance, there are certain programs in the UK that allows for placement. So whilst you are studying, they connect you with companies where you get experience, more of an internship. And then mostly people end up getting jobs at these institutions, so it helps them build their skills even before they complete school. And if you want to go into the academia, the country you choose might also influence that. So you have to be mindful of which country has the best or which school has the best for your goals. Let's say you want to do an MPhil, doing an MPhil will lead you more into the academia, or doing an MSc will end you there, or maybe doing just an MA or 1-year program where it will end you. So you should know the country and what they offer. Mostly I believe this is important because each country has different rules and different institutions and how they regulate their institutions. You have to decide, and mostly people would choose Canada because after school you are able to stay in the country for a number of years to work, to find job. Not like in Norway where you have a year after school to look for a job. So meaning after school, if you don't get a job, you have to go back home and all that. So you would like to consider those things before you choose the country you want to go to. And that leads me to my third point, which is consider what you want to do after school. So what do you want to do after school? Do you want to go into the academia? Do you want to work? Do you want to go back home? All these things should come into consideration when you are choosing a country or a school. Let's say you come to Norway. After your 2 years program as a master's student, you are allowed a year to work. And that year you have to apply. There's a lot of processes that goes into it. So you have a year to work in Norway or to search for a job that relates to your program of study. So if you do not get this job at the end of that year, you are supposed to go home. You are not allowed to stay in the country any longer. But when you go to Canada, for instance, after your 2 years master's program, you can apply for up to 2 years of postgraduate permit, which allows you to stay and work and maybe find job that relates to your program and all that. So you would want to consider what you want to do after school even before you apply to any school. Number 4 on my list has to do with where you will find schools, where it's easy for you to search for schools. There are so many ways you can do this. First on my list is to check these rankings. So you can check the KOS Board University rankings, and you will find a number of universities there. You can go through these universities and check, this one is in this country and I would like to study in this country. So you go to the school's website, you check all the necessary information, and you can get all these schools from the rankings. You can also check the World University ranking. You will find so many schools. If you are someone who is particular about, I want to study in a well-known school, I want to study in the best and all that, you will have to check the rankings. That's when you will get to see which school is good for you, which school you wouldn't want to apply to. It is way easier if you have a list, or if you have like a compiled list of where you want to be and which school you want to go to. Also, you can search for schools by just using Google. It is so easy that way. Maybe you want to go to Canada, you can just search universities in Canada which is good in this program, or universities in Canada for this program, for project management program, for it will give you a list of schools. When you get these schools, or when you get the list, you will have to go to each and every one of these schools and then search for their requirements and all those information you will need to apply to the school. And on the 5th point, you would have to, this is where the work is, you would have to read through all the list of universities you've gotten, especially from those websites I've already mentioned. So let's say you see University of Alberta, you have to go to the website, read through their program list. If you find anything interesting, you can go through, or sometimes you can look into the faculty. That gives you like an overview of what they do at that university or at that faculty. So it is much easier to get information from the school's websites than anywhere else. The last but not least on my list is ask questions. Ask questions. This is very important. You need to ask questions. The reason why you need to ask questions is to help you know what is right and what you are not supposed to do. For instance, you've seen a program on MSc Political Science. You don't understand the difference between MSc, MPhil, MA, or you would want to know more information about this program. You can contact the faculty members. Every school has their faculty members listed on their website or on their webpage. So you will have to contact them politely. Ask them, I've seen this program and I want to know more about it. Do you have more information on maybe funding, on maybe how the program structure is, how the study structure is and all that? Ask questions. And if you are shy to do that, you can just go on LinkedIn. You can search for maybe University of Life Sciences. You can look at people who are studying there. You contact them. You have to just ask questions. It is important for you to ask questions. You can also look at the facts on these websites. There are simple questions there that can guide you to whatever information you need. So it is very important you ask questions. I keep hammering on this. Ask questions. It is important. It helps you. You can ask your friends, you can ask your colleagues. Just ask questions. It helps you get more information on whatever you need. So it is very important you do so. Ask questions. I don't know, it's okay. So this is where I'll end today's video, and if you need more information, just leave a comment behind. I will work on it for you. In our next video, we will talk about how to shortlist schools, how to make it simple for you to apply to these schools, and more videos to come. Thank you. Bye.